Come to find out there's a common denominator of success. That's right. There's a through line. There's one thing, one way of being, a something that successful people do that failures do not do. Come to find out it's not actually a secret. Watch this video today. I'm going to share with you exactly what that common denominator is and what it's not. But most importantly, how you can apply that to your life, your sales business, your entrepreneurship, your goals today.
My name is Kevin Yoder, mindset coach and creator of the Inner Game of Achievement. I help people improve their patterns of thought so that they can terminate those limiting beliefs, boost their confidence, and accomplish their most inspiring goals for life and business.
The common denominator of success became popular back in the 1940s when Albert Gray did a speech of that title. And he said he had spent so many years as a successful executive, and it guided him down this path of wondering, what is it? There's something that is truly unique about successful people that separates them from everybody else. And it wasn't easy because he found that people that were working hard weren't necessarily successful. And sometimes he found people that actually weren't working hard at all and they were really successful. So it wasn't hard work. So he knew that. So it sent him on this quest and this journey of exploration to find out what the common denominator is. Now it's important to know that in order to land on the common denominator, that it has to apply to every definition of success because it's the common denominator. It's not the sometimes denominator or the maybe it works for some. It's everybody that's been successful has this thing. And secondly, it has to apply to everybody and it has to apply to every definition of success. So it just runs right through it. There's not one person that's successful that doesn't do this thing that I'm going to share with you today. That's why this is one of the most important things that I've ever learned. And when you remember this and you apply it, you'll always line it right up to this, okay? So here's the thing, the secret of success that every person has ever been successful has ever had, and that is the following. They form the habit of doing things that failures do not like to do. I'll repeat that again. Successful people are successful because they have formed the habit of doing things that failures do not like to do. Now, it's important that you memorize that because here's the thing. Now, it's just as true as it sounds and as simple as it appears, but here's the thing about this one. Throw it up in the air, shine a big light on it, kick it around, and at the end of the day, it still remains the common denominator of success. Now, there's many people that are going to dispute this as the common denominator, or they might say, well, it's easy for you or you because maybe you like to do those things. So here's the thing about that. It's not because of that. The successful people that follow this, that form the habit of doing things that failures don't like to do, they don't do them because they necessarily like to do them. They do them because they form the habit of doing them because they have connected the dots between the activity and the result. The activity is a thing that I need to do. The result is a thing that I get from doing so. There's a line that runs between those two things. At the end, it's the goal. It's the accomplishment. Here's the thing. Successful people are committed to pleasing outcomes. I do this, I get that. Bing, there's a habit formed there. So they're committed to that outcome, pleasing outcomes, whereas failure type people, I'm going to stay away from using the word failure as a sort of a definition because I believe that the self-image is something that you embody. And so rather than saying that you are a failure, it's a failure type behavior or something that you haven't quite gotten to that successful place yet because you have embodied failure type behaviors, which are failure type behaviors are those behaviors that allow you to be attached to pleasing methods versus being attached to pleasing outcomes. And the difference might not be apparent to you, but the difference would be, for example, in sales, if you're a salesperson and you're attached to simply pleasing methods, well, if the pleasing method for you would be, say, to text a prospect because it was pleasing to you or easy to you, whereas the successful salesperson would immediately call, text, do a video email or text, video text, email, prospect again the next day, pick up the phone and do a myriad of potential connections with that same prospect, whereas the person that was only attached to pleasing methods might just text them. There's one example, and we can give you 1,000 of those. So when you break this down, the things that failures don't like to do are the same things that you and I don't like to do. And one of them, especially when it comes to selling, is that we don't really like the idea of someone saying no to us. It hurts. It hurts deep down inside. It's that real fear of rejection. And so the fact that successful people still do it anyway still begs an important question. How is it that they do that? And the answer lies right with the goal. It's that big target. It's the big goal. It's the goal that has the successful person making a decision, a committed decision, and recognizing that the other side of fear lies the treasure. It's breaking through that and knowing that, yes, I don't want to do this. If you're a salesperson, I don't want to make calls, but guess what? When I do, I land an appointment in a sale. Boom. What does that mean? It means that I get to go on vacation. I get to bring my family on vacation, or I could buy the house on the ocean, or I could drive the Lamborghini. And the list goes on and on. So here's the kicker though. Let's pretend like this is the wall here. If you're somebody that has those failure type of behaviors and you let fear get in the way, you run up against it. You don't want to do that. And every time you bounce off of it and run back and retreat to safety, you've never experienced the other side. The other side's over here. This is where the glory is. This is where the money is. This is where the sale is. This is where the vacations are. This is where the dream home is. And so you bounce off and you retreat back to the safety of the known. The successful person breaks right through it and experiences the other side. So now there's the connection. So without ever having gone through it, you haven't created the habit of seeing what it's like on the other side. So the common denominator of success is that successful people form the habit of doing things that failure type people are not willing to do. So think about that in your business. Think about that in your sales career. If you're a salesperson, what's the one thing you've been avoiding? There's something that you know that if you did, it would lead to success pretty quickly. We all have something. Now, back in the day when I was getting into real estate, when I was in the real estate for about 8 years, I was avoiding picking up the phone. I was avoiding telephone prospecting on a daily basis. Now, not only do I still do it, 10 years later, I teach others to do the same thing, to develop the habit of daily telephone prospecting and reaching out to potential home sellers and buyers. And the reason why is because no one really wants to do it. I don't want to do it still. But guess what? I do it anyway because I've created the habit of doing the thing that failure types do not want to do because I've seen the other side. I know what's on the other side. On the other side is all the things that we all want, which is freedom, freedom. So the only way, the irony is so thick you can cut it with a knife. The only way to get there is by doing the things that we don't necessarily want to do. Now, you don't have to do them forever, but you certainly need to do them enough to where then you can earn the right to have leverage in your life, perhaps if you don't want to do that anymore. That's going to take a commitment. So just remember the common denominator and ask the question to yourself, what's the one thing I've been avoiding? That if I know that I did it, I would have success in my business or my sales career, and then just go do that thing first thing tomorrow morning. That's my challenge for you today. Hopefully this has helped you. And if you want to get the article, there's an article titled The Common Denominator of Success by Albert Gray. Here's how you get it. You ready? Like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow my channel here. This is a personal growth and development channel. This is all about teaching entrepreneurs the things that I've learned in business and helping you accomplish your dreams and your goals. If you like this sort of content, just subscribe so that you're aware when I do make another video. So that's my ask of you. By doing so, and then also down below, type a comment, common denominator of success down below in the comments, and I'll post the article for you, okay? And then just read it through yourself. I gave you the abridged version today. Hopefully this is powerful for you. Go out there and do the things that successful people do, even though you don't want to do them. I promise you on the other side is exactly what you're looking for, my friends. Make it a great day.